Welcome to Graveyard Tours. Please hit that subscribe button if you would, if you like my videos. I got a bunch of them. So I'm out here, Pennsylvania. That's where I do most of my videos, not all of them. Right on the side of the road. This is a very old cemetery here. And it's got a lot of neat features that other ones that I've been to haven't. And there's no sign up here. Look at this old, this is definitely 1800s. Okay, for sure. I mean, it's early 1800s. They don't make stuff like this right on the side of the highway. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, I'll show you some more features later on through the video. Let's just take a look at some of these graveyards, these graves here. 1886. Looks like Johnny Hanway. Oh, John Monday. That is a weird last name, isn't it? Wife of John Monday. Wow, Monday. I've never heard that before as a last name, Monday. Pretty cool. So, first time I've been here. I've passed this before. Here's a veteran. Thank you for your service. That's a Civil War veteran there. The organization, like I said, who does plants these flags out here, lots of veterans. The organization does a great job. They find cemeteries, you know, with the veterans, and they honor them. But I mean, they find, like, there'll be a grave out in the middle of nowhere, and they find it, and then they plant a flag. But this, like I said, this is a pretty old cemetery here. And like I said, I don't even know the name of it yet. I was just driving, spotted this, and I said, okay, I gotta stop. So obviously it looks like they're still kind of still active here. Look at this. I mean, you know, somebody's still planting flower, or at least this is 1977. So, and here probably is a family plot that's missing the headstones. It looked like the front of the graveyard out in the front there had the older early 1800s, but it's, you know, a lot of times these graveyards are just peppered all over the place. So these are interesting here. 1904 it looks like. It says father. 1876 to 1905 Bowers. And of course, this is what I don't like to see. You know, you see headstones just laying in the ground, completely forgotten about, you know. There's always a bunch of them. So yeah, like I said, this is the first time I've been here. It's pretty big. Actually, it's much bigger than I thought, because it goes way back here. Huh. I didn't realize it went way back down here like this. Let's take a look at some of these here. Let's look at some old dates here. Now, I've seen this symbol before. I didn't know what it meant in the first when I first seen them, but these are 1893. It's like you know, you're greeted with God and you're shaking God's hand, something like that. Yeah, pretty interesting. A lot of veterans. You're always going to see, any graveyard you go to in Pennsylvania, you are going to see many graveyards. I mean, many veterans. I'm sorry. You know, you'll see many graveyards, and you'll see many vets buried, because, like I said, Johnstown is here's 1895. I'm not just Johnstown, but Pennsylvania has many soldiers who fought in every war you can imagine. And this is interesting. Look at this. Somebody put green pine up here. I don't understand why. Maybe they're little trees, or they just stuck pine branches in there, it looks like. So here's like a newer one. So it's kind of, huh. What is this? 2021. Wow. Okay, so this is definitely still being used quite a bit, actually. So And these are, what I'm seeing is a lot of fresh flags too. So these are brand new flags they're putting out here for all the vets. Thank you all for your service. If it wasn't for people, and a lot of, I'll tell you, a lot of these vets. Okay, so this looks like definitely the newer part. A lot of these vets were volunteers, and look at this. This was that's all caved in and sunk in. So there's definitely yeah. So in Pennsylvania, they had a lot of volunteers. They volunteer. You know, I guess I can imagine being on a farm, growing up on a farm, and then the war happens, and you know you're a patriot, and that's 1907. Thank you for your service. That's definitely Civil War there. I'll show you the emblem. This is a Civil War emblem right here. So yeah, you can. I'm starting to recognize just by looking at them now. Okay, so that's the newer part, and you know it's so weird because like here are older headstones, obviously, you know, this is all caved in just about, and you can't even read anything. Sometimes they would put them on the opposite side. The name, they would put the information on the opposite side of the headstones where the body's buried, the opposite where the body's buried. I've seen that happen. I've seen them do that too. Yeah, kind of wild. But not a lot. It's kind of rare, but I have seen that. And I remember I researched it. They gave me an explanation, and I don't know why they did it. I can't remember, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, this is the newer part. There's some houses down here surrounding. I don't know if I would want to live next to a graveyard, but then again, you know, you get used to it. I'm just rambling, folks. I'm just rambling. So I'm gonna walk up here. If you bear with me, I want to show you something pretty cool. If you just bear with me, give me a few more minutes. Time I get up there, I'm basically exploring this with you, so this is new to me too. Okay, so here's some old ones. And this looks like a family plot because they had these markers here. Of course, everything is worn out. Yeah, you can't really read anything on there. Here's an interesting one. Let's go over here real quick. It's a little chilly. It's June, and it's chilly out here. So here's a kind of an old one here. And what does this say? Veterans, yeah. Oh yeah, Larry Anderson, Pennsylvania Regiment. Thank you all for your service. What is this over here? I gotta look at this. 1920s, 60s, 1910s. There's a neat one. Varner. I was gonna say Warner, but it's Varner. And also, just to show you, when you see the little lambs on top of the headstones, that means it's a child. 1907, so September 1907, it looks like died. The child died in October. So basically 1 month old. Yeah, so it's sad to see that. And children didn't have a good chance of living. Born in 1800s, you know, even the early 1900s. Disease usually took them out. So here's some, wow, these are buried behind here. Look at this. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah. These are kind of a little tucked away out here. I don't see anything on them. So I you know, my knowledge has grown some since I've been doing these videos. A lot of times when you find headstones like the Amish, there was, even the Amish were, you know, buried, peppered out here, and I have some Amish cemetery videos if you look back in my video list. A lot of the Amish wouldn't even put their names on the headstones whatsoever. A lot of times it'll just be blank, or it'll just be the initials. So, oh, look at this one. I like to explore. Here's a couple of them. So this must have been, this is probably Jeanette Thomas, James Thomas. These are probably all Thomases, and here's a couple of them. These were probably children. And a lot of times too, you'll see they'll have, you know, very small headstones for the children. So, anyway, so this place is still being used. I'm not from this town. It's not far from Johnstown. I don't even know the name of this town. I just drove. So, and you know, all these towns are so close to each other. You go to a little town and then you have like a, you know, half of a mile space in between, and then suddenly you're in another town. So here's, what is this? Schuster? Duster? Oh, jig. So thank you for your service. That's probably, not sure which one. 1950, okay, so 1955 Korea War. Thank you for your service. Yeah. So, like I said, now we're getting back into the older section here. There's a broken one. Died. Oh God, I can't even read it. 1867, it looks like, yeah. 1867. Sometimes when I look through the camera, I can see clearer than with my eyes. It just somehow makes it clear. This is kind of weird. Look how close everything is. Now these are just markers right here. These little square. So once a, you know, pretty big cemetery. It's not small. So let me show you the surprise. Well, no, oh, give me one more minute. Because like I said, I'm exploring this new with you guys. So there's another child's, whole bunch of broken, empty, fallen over. Yeah, the markers are basically, you know, a lot of times it's in alphabetical letters, you know, and sometimes numerical. There's this James Wakefield, U.S. Army Air Force, World War II. Died in December 2000. Thank you for your service. Okay, so here's this little old building. I'm not really sure what it's for. Okay, but let me show you inside. I already peeked in here before, so there's a couple people here. So it looks like somebody was gonna do something. There's wasp nest in there. It looks like somebody was in here not so long ago. There's some things in here, but it's basically empty. Look at this old chisel here. Big old, that's a heavy chisel. Heavy duty chisel just sitting there. So, I don't know what this was probably where they kept tools for maintenance. Like they had some metal put on there. So it's kind of neat. Oh, just one other thing I want to show you. I mean, it was kind of elaborate what they did here for this little building. Maybe there was something else here. This is what, yeah, I'm kind of suspecting there was something else here, and then probably got torn down, and then they put this little cinder block building up here, because you can tell that cinder block is not from the 1800s. This is from the 1800s. Who knows when this was put up? Maybe in the 30s or the 40s. Look at this. Here's what I want to show you. Now this is a real old well pump here, right here. Pretty neat. I mean, you know, let's see if it even moves. I doubt it. It's all rusted up. Oh yeah, it's all rusted and broken. Yeah, really cool. I mean, where do you see that kind of stuff still nowadays, you know? Surprised nobody's stolen it. But look at, I mean, look at the stonework here. So this is called Hickston Run Road. Okay? So, I don't know what the name of this town is, to be honest with you. But we're off of Hickston's Ton Road. So anyway, you can tell that this building wasn't here before. These steps probably went up to a much larger building that was here, probably got burned down. So that's basically it, folks. This will be, I guess, a short one. I know it wasn't that entertaining, this one, but Hope you enjoyed it. Haven't done it. I've been slowing down on my videos. To be honest with you, I'm running out of cemeteries out here. I've been into so many of them. Yeah, that's it, folks. So if you like any of my videos, you know, you can leave me a message. I usually respond. Sometimes it takes me a little while. There's an old tree stump too. There was a big old tree at one time. Yeah, so, but if you do like the videos, just hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. Oh, here's an example. I just saw this. RH, probably Amish. I can't be for certain, but I've been to Amish graves, and that's what they did. They just put their initials on there. And this is you know, this tree was probably here in the 1700s. Look at that gnarly looking tree at one time. But look at this, it's taking over a headstone there. It's underneath of it. So really cool. So every graveyard I've been to, there's always something unique about each one of them. Something is always new that surprises me. So I'll keep doing this for, I don't know, for whenever. So anyway, if you could support me just by hitting a subscribe button, a like button, that would help me out. I appreciate you watching. Thank you, folks. Bye.